Welcome, folks, to another episode of Listen in 3D. This is episode number 59. We're almost at 60, but not quite yet. I'm your boy Justin, aka Too Tall for You Fool,
And I'm Netta, aka WondrousNet.
and together we both make Team 3D, the host of Listen in 3D, where we discuss, dissect, and debate the music and albums in the world of hip hop and other genres. Like what you're seeing, give this video a like, comment, share it around, and most importantly, subscribe. If you want to help us out one step further, if when you do subscribe, click on that notification bell. That way, you get notifications when all our videos go live. So that way, it will just help us out, and just help us in that YouTube algorithm. We're doing very well so far. Just definitely keep up the support. We got a lot of good albums and soundtracks we plan on reviewing in the near future. So just keep it locked in here with Listen in 3D. So we're gonna do a little bit of a switcheroo today. Netta wants to do the background on this group that we're about to do, this album we're about to review. Before we do that, though, I do gotta ask you a question. Were you blown away by this album, or just their music in general, or I just gotta ask?
Um, I don't think I was blown away because the songs I would have been blown away by I've already heard. So I
Okay,
can't say I was blown away, but it was pretty enjoyable.
okay, yeah, yeah, I really enjoyed it as well, and it did really good numbers. So I'll get into the facts. Today we're going to be reviewing Salt-N-Pepa's fourth studio album, Very Necessary. It was released October 12th, 1993, certified 5 times platinum. It peaked at number 6 on the R&B and hip hop album charts and number 4 on the Billboard 200. Singles included What a Man, Shoot, None of Your Business, Heaven and Hell. Music videos were for What a Man, Shoot, and Heaven and Hell. Guest appearances from Styles. I hope I said it right. Sorry if I butchered it. And In Vogue. All right, Netta, take it away.
Okay, so yes, as Justin mentioned, I wanted to do the background on Salt and Pepper. I really like their story. So I'll start out with Salt, her real name's Cheryl. She was born in Brooklyn, Cheryl James. And Peppa, her name's Sandra Denton. She was born in Kingston, Jamaica. She moved to Queens when she was 6 years old. They met in college in 1985 and they started a very unique and amazing friendship. It was based largely on their fascination with each other because they saw each other as polar opposites. They ended up working at Sears together, and other people who were at Sears working at Sears with them were Martin Lawrence and Kid and Play, and also Salt's boyfriend Herbie, who went on to become the group's manager and their producer. So after they're going to school, not doing much schoolwork, and they're working at Sears, they form a group called Supernature. But after rapping the lyrics on on the song "The Showstopper," they say the Salt and Pepper MCs, and the name ended up sticking for them. It felt perfect, and they ran with it. In 1986, they were ready to start making an album. So the manager, Salt's boyfriend, Herbie, he added Latoya Hanson, who was the original Spinderella, added her to the group. You can see her on the cover of their debut album, Hot, Cool, and Vicious. She was only around pretty much for the making of the album. After the album came out, after the debut album came out, she was gone and she was replaced with the Spinderella most people know, Deirdre Roper. She was only 16 at the time and she was recruited into the group. Fun fact, Wendy Williams also tried out for the role of
Yeah, I read about
Spinderella.
that.
And so they make the song Push It, and it ends up slinging Salt and Pepper into the stratosphere, but it actually wasn't even included on their original album. They created Push It on the fly because they needed a B side for the song Tramp, and they thought Push It was corny. They when Cameron Paul did a remix of Push It. It became a radio hit. And they had to end up reissuing their debut album, Hot, Cool, and Vicious, with the remix added because it was such a popular song. So it was Grammy nominated, and it went plat. Their debut album went platinum, and I really love stories like that where
Hmm.
I like the stories where they originally just say, "Oh, what? This song?" and the world ends up
Yeah.
just loving it and taking a hold of it and it goes number 1 everywhere. I love stories like that. And so Push It gets nominated for a Grammy, but they boycott the Grammy Awards
Mm.
along with DJ Jazzy Jeff and Will Smith and Public Enemy and LL Cool J. Um, One of Salt and Pepper's goals was to bring fun, fashion, and femininity into hip hop. And their trademark style was born with Push It, the asymmetrical hairstyle, the 8 ball jackets, the door knocker earrings. And one special story about the style that exemplified Salt and Pepper's friendship was that hairstyle, which was a complete accident. Peppa's sister was trying to get her beautician's license, and Peppa was basically her guinea pig. She permed Peppa's hair, and she didn't wash out one of the sides thoroughly, and all of her hair fell out on the right
Ooh.
side. So
Ouch.
Salt saved the day in more ways than one. She was basically like, okay, let's just shave it all off, put some lines in it, and leave the other side long. And Salt, after they did that, Salt was like, I like that. So she did the same thing to her hair. And I thought that was particularly special because for women, especially for black women, hair is sacred.
Yeah.
It's not something you don't just cut off your hair for no reason. And when you don't have to and you weren't even planning to, just kind of off the strength of solidarity of the group, that's real friendship.
Yeah,
So I
that's very
love that.
special. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
very special. I like that story. Uh,
So the group disbanded in 2002. In 2007, they got back together. Uh, they did a reality show which shows their friendship, but it also shows their strained relationship with Spinderella.
oh yeah.
The guy from the beginning of the story, who was Salt's boyfriend Herbie, his original intention was to create the female version of Run DMC,
Hmm.
and so this is what Spinderella was expecting to be like a real member of the group, but she never felt like a
Yeah.
real part of the group.
It wasn't
I
like
think
Master J with Run DMC, if you ask me.
Yeah, definitely not. And
Mm,
it was really disappointing for her. And I think part of it was because of their age, because she's 16 when she joins and they're in college. But more than that, I think it's the deep bond that Salt and Pepper have. It just made it impossible for anyone to make the duo a true trio.
mhm.
So Spinderella ends up having this years long battle with Salt and Pepper. She doesn't really kick it off until really like 5 years ago, but she goes
Yeah,
into a legal battle with them and she did get her money. They settled, but it's a lot deeper than the money, if you ask
yeah,
me. And
yeah.
the
It just
the
really felt
fa-
like she wasn't part of the group from what I was reading.
Yeah, and the fact that her name is a play on Cinderella, who
Mm,
was always feeling left out from her sisters,
mm,
is it's a deep level of irony and perhaps even prophecy.
yeah,
But nevertheless, these women, all three of them, they made history together over the course of
yeah. They did.
3 decades, and today we're gonna review the album that made them the first female rap duo to win a Grammy.
Yeah,
Um,
and
so
also the first female act to go platinum. We talked about in the last episode how Brett was the first solo female act to go platinum. This is the first act of female rappers to
yes,
go platinum too. So that's also very important. They did reunite. I read in I think 2019 when they got their star on the Hollywood Hall of Fame, but that was just short lived. They just got together for pretty much a photo shoot. Whatever they do when uh,
y-
entertainers get their stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
yeah. I think they ended up putting out an album in 2011. They
Mm,
they 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 disbanded in 2002. They got back together in 2007, but honestly, I think it was just to do that show,
yeah.
and they didn't really get
Well,
together musically back
yeah. It
till
wasn't
years
really it
later.
wasn't really a an album. I know they do tour around the day, Salt and Peppa, and then just 5 albums. This I think was their biggest one. Maybe not their biggest hit. Well, maybe arguably with one of the singles, but the album after this one did not do very well. I think part of it was because Herbie, just they were able to break away from him, but let's just say the music wasn't the same after that. Kind of a
Yeah.
similar story with TLC and what was her name, Pebbles. So, like kind of a similar story there, but just he was more involved with the music so much. So just yeah, just they were TLC was able to find their sound still after they broke away from Pebbles, but I wouldn't say they weren't the same after this album, and that's
Yeah.
unfortunate. All right, well, very very good job with the background on on TLC, Salt-N-Pepa. Getting them mixed up here. Um, yeah, so let's get into one thing I will say before getting into the album cover, they really were trendsetters and they did a good job of keeping up with the times when it came to their fashion. They started out in what, 86 and 93. I think some rappers from the 80s weren't able to, adjust with with the times when it came to the fashion, but yeah, these ladies certainly did. So, the album cover, I kind of dig it, the big jackets, kind of the fun looking jackets. Those were popular in 93. 93 was a big year for hip hop overall. So, if you guys do your hip hop history, a lot of great albums came out that year. A lot. So, uh, my take on it, just, you see, the three of them there, Peppa behind Salt right there, and then, Spinderella to the side. Just they look pretty cool. Look like they're coming with something new. During that time. That's what I get from it. What about you?
Yeah, I thought it was a honestly, I thought it was a pretty basic album cover. I do like the font,
Hmm.
but the album cover itself, it seems kind of muted
Yeah,
for their character. Like you said, they're kind of like fashion icons, so you expect something a little more
yeah,
than
maybe a
just I
little
don't know.
more.
It's yeah, it seems like they were just like walking down the street and somebody's like, "You want to take a picture?" And they're like, "Okay." Like I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's not on the level of the album, I would say.
Yeah, yeah, album. Yeah, we're gonna get into that in just a sec. But yeah, for the most part, maybe they've had better. They've had better album covers. Maybe the ones from the '80s, was better. But I mean, not
Yeah.
not bad. But definitely, I'm sure if you do buy the album, you'll find some artwork, and they probably could have went with some better photos, if I'm being honest. But it wasn't bad.
Nah.
Maybe it was just cold outside the day they took the photo. I don't know, but all right. Let's get into the beats. The production, was very good. Especially for an album done in '93. What any beats that you had in mind that you really liked?
Yeah, my favorite one will come as no surprise. It was Shoop. Um,
Shoop.
I
Okay, yeah, that's a good beat.
I thought a lot of the best beats were kind of at the end, toward the end of the album.
Hmm.
Heaven or Hell, Summertime Man, and Sexy Noises Turning Me On.
Oh
I
yeah.
enjoyed those beats too, but Shoop, I love Shoop.
Yes, Shoop. That has been done time and time again through other albums I've listened to. That's a good beat. That beat step though, that kind of just stole the show for me. It wasn't my favorite song, but I really enjoyed that beat a lot. I would have to probably say that was my favorite. Another one I really liked, Break of Dawn. Sexy Noises Turn Me On. Believe that was like a reggae sample. I know the band Sublime, if you're familiar with them, anyone out there watching or listening, they did a song a few years later after this album came out called The Pawn Shop. If you listen to those two songs, I think they sound similar, but wasn't able to get any actual proof when doing the research. At least didn't show up on whosampled.com anyway, but I'll definitely give them another listen, see what I think. And then another beat, What a Man was also a great beat too. Can't deny that. And no one does it better. Yeah, yeah, I thought that was a good beat too. A beat I didn't really like that much was the first song, "Groove Me." I think that was kind of out of place, but overall, I mean, aside from that, I think the rest of the production on the album was really great. So
Yeah, I agree. The very first song, I mean, spoiler alert, it was probably the worst song on the entire album.
yeah, if you get through that first song, though, you can even skip and go on to the second one. I think you'll be very entertained. So
Yeah.
it probably could. fit in today's what we hear in hip hop today, or maybe even like Afro beats or reggaeton or something like that. But just back in '93, it just I think unless it had a different beat, I think that just song doesn't fit. So, spoiler alert, yeah, that was probably my least favorite song. I know we don't really talk about it much these days, but it was probably my least favorite song. All right, so beats are done. Let's get into the album singles. And they had four singles. For the interest of time, we're only going to do the top three. So let's start with "None of Your Business." I'll let you start this one off. What do you like about this one?
um, I liked it. It was pretty cool. I like when she said, the difference between a hooker and a hoe ain't nothing but a fee. And I like how she says at the end, the moral of the story is, who are you to judge? There's only one true judge, and that's God. So chill and let my father do his job.
Yeah,
And just the chorus, if I want to take a guy home with me
yeah,
tonight,
yeah.
it
The
was pretty
chorus, I
cool.
think, kind of just explained the whole message of the song. Like, it's none of your business, and she want to be a freaking sell it on the weekend. It's none of your business. Just I think they did pretty good. Just explaining, hey, we can do what we want to do on our free time. It's not, at the end of the day, it's none of your business. So it's like, hey, if you want to be in the strip club, whatever, doing this, that, the other. I mean, nothing lyrically going on for me here, but I do like the message behind the song. They have like a lot of deep messages behind their songs. All right, let's go on to this one had no music video, so we'll move on. Shoot, what'd you like about this one?
Oh yeah, this was my favorite song on the whole album. Is
Hmm.
it's mainly because just the way that Pepper starts it off, and
Yeah.
she's just, I don't know, she's almost like in some kind of, she knows she's in some kind of trance. She's like,
Hmm.
here I go, here I go, here I go again, girls, what's my weakness? And they're like, man, like she just falls for it every time. And
Hmm.
I really liked it. I liked when she says, my niece, my witness, because when I was a kid and I used to sing that part,
Hmm.
I used to think she was saying Moniece, as in saying the name of a person, like, oh, Moniece is my witness. But I don't know when I found out she was saying literally my niece. And I saw in that video you sent me of the background, she said that was one of her favorite parts of the song, where she puts her arm around her niece
Oh
and she
yeah.
like, my niece, my witness.
I
So
figured you'd like that. Yeah. If you go to their YouTube channel, they have footnotes on the making of the shoot music video, and I figured you would enjoy that. So yeah.
yeah. And I saw in an interview Salt did, she was saying that Shoop is her favorite Salt-N-Pepa song, period.
Okay.
So for very good reason. It's one of my
Definitely.
favorites too.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. If I were to rank like top 10 Salt and Pepper songs, yeah, it would definitely be on the list. I can't see how anyone wouldn't have it on their list. For me, I definitely do, like how, Salt kicks it off and, just, you know, no, Salt, no, Salt, Pepper, how she kicks it off, excuse me. And then, Salt continues and then, shoot, shoot, and then definitely as a kid, definitely heard this song a lot. When I first started, listening to hip hop, whether I was ap- in the Y van on my way to the after school program, it'd always be like on the radio. So definitely had like lot of you know, nostalgic feel to this. Didn't watch the music video as much growing up, but when I saw it again doing this, it's they were wearing some cute ass outfits, I will say.
One of the interesting things about the song was that, you know, this was the only song that they produced and wrote themselves, and
Yeah,
this was the one of the highest selling songs on the album, and they had to really fight for it to be a single, because
yeah.
this guy Herbie, every all roads lead to Herbie. The
Mhm.
guy Herbie didn't want them to have a song without him on it,
Yeah,
and they had to fight really really hard,
yeah,
and
they're
it did its job.
yeah, I mean, Herbie, I mean, he was magic for him, but I mean, if you go, read their backstory, watch any like documentaries or behind the music's behind Salt and Pepper, yeah, it was, yeah, it was a nightmare, trying to reason with the guy. I was actually happy when I found out they moved away from him, but like I said, the next album they did wasn't the greatest. So, like there was a difference, when he was behind the boards for him producing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anything
Big
else?
Big Big Twan had a pretty good verse on there too. He
Oh
said, "I
yeah.
hit the skins for the hell of it, for
Oh
the
yeah,
yell
at
I
the end of
get,
it.
for the smell of it." uh, it was pretty good, and they let Spinderella had
Yeah.
a verse on there too,
Yeah,
so it was
Spinderella.
cool.
Yeah, Spinderella could flow. That definitely. She was.
Oh wait, yeah, she didn't have a verse on the song, but she was in the video and she was dancing. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, Spinderella could flow, but she was on this next song that we're going to talk about. What a man. This probably spoiler alert. I know we probably shouldn't be doing this until we get to our favorites part, but this probably is my favorite Salt-N-Pepa song. I love the beat, love the just how the song delivers, and In Vogue delivers on the chorus, and just definitely just overall great song. Um, I love how Salt kicks this one off. I want to take a minute or two and give much respect due to the man that's made a difference in my world. And although most men are hoes, he flows on the down low because I never heard about him with another girl. Yeah, so just I like how they praise men in this song. Spinderella has a good verse here. Peppa, she does her thing, and in the music video, there are 2 cameos. Were you able to spot them?
I saw Tupac for sure.
Okay, Tupac, you got one.
I don't remember anybody else.
Alright, Peppa was with, the rapper Tretch from Naughty by Nature,
Oh yeah,
and, yeah,
I
he was in
did
the
see
video.
him.
Yeah, he was in the
Yeah.
video too, so, yeah, I actually didn't realize Tupac was in the video until I watched it. "Oh, what was that Tupac?" And then when I did my note, "Oh, yeah, that was Tupac," so you barely see their faces, but, yeah, they were in the video, so
Yeah, you like it's almost like you gotta be looking at his stomach to see that tattoo or something
yeah.
because it's like he's there in a flash and then
Mhm.
he's gone.
Yeah, so
um
I thought that was pretty cool how they made cameos, and it just shows how big Salt and Pepper was during that time. So but then again, Tretch being in the video, like I said, Tretch and Peppa were married. They have a daughter together. So I believe she's appeared on Love and Hip Hop. I don't watch the show too much, but I know I have seen her. Not nice looking lady. Um,
yeah. Yeah, I think she is on one
mm,
of those
yeah,
shows
one of
for
those shows. I
sure.
don't watch them too much, but yeah.
Yeah, I really liked What a Man too. I heard in an interview, Peppa was talking about how they ended up getting in Vogue, and they were originally discussing like who can we get on this song, and somebody had suggested In Vogue, and they were like, "Man, we could never get In Vogue on this song." And then Peppa was like, "Well, why not try? Let's just ask." And so they end up calling up In Vogue, and In Vogue is like, "Yeah, we love Salt and Pepper." So they end up hopping on the song, and you can tell in the video they're just having a really
Yeah,
good
there
time.
it was. I would have loved to have been at that music video shoot. Looks like everyone, yeah, they were looking fly in that music video. I mean, both Salt and Pepper and In Vogue, they were, yeah, it was a nice music video.
Yeah, yes, they were. The the other thing I saw, I also liked how they were like dedicating this song to the men. They were
Yeah,
basically like we they needed to have a little bit of balance because they have so many songs like kind of trashing men or objectifying men
yeah,
that they're like, well, we need to put a little balance in there, and I think that's good.
yeah, definitely, definitely. So, yeah. So those were the singles, and then any thoughts on the music video for Heaven or Hell? Just, I mean, unless it's one of your favorites. If not, I thought the music video was cool. Just wanted to give it a quick shout out. Like the message that it sent, and just yeah, I think it took Salt and Pepper out of a little bit out of their norm what we usually hear from them. That's all I'll say about the music video there.
Yeah, it was pretty unique. The Styles
Mm,
girls who were rapping, I thought they were pretty good. One of them said, "Ask too many questions, then my Smith and Wesson will answer."
yeah,
I
yeah,
liked how
that
they
verse one part.
I like how they were going back and forth with they were kind of saying a lot of bad things that were going on,
Mm,
people shooting and dying and all this stuff, but in the video they were showing, good things happening too, like,
yeah.
people smiling at each other and loving each other and stuff. So, I thought it was a pretty good song.
Yeah, for all right, for sure, for sure. All right, let's get into the favorites. This was very hard for me to decide, but what do you got?
Shoop, What a Man and Summertime Man.
All right. Yeah, the deep cut, I'm gonna go with. It was very, very hard, but I had to go with no one does it better. It might change later, I don't know. But yes. Summertime Man, Break of Dawn, and Sexy Noises Turn Me On. And even I've Got AIDS, even though that was like a skit. I mean, that was those are all honorable mentions. Even Step, and then other two favorites, Soup and What a Man. So I'll let you break it down. What do you like about Summertime Man? I like the beginning of it where, somebody's ringing my bell or something like yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought it was funny that she's kind of directing this to this girlfriend of a man in the beginning. She's like, "Your man is coming to my house every day trying to get played, but I say no way. Somebody call the cops to get this fool off my stoop. See, can you believe that your man is a groupie?" Like, that was pretty funny. And she says, "Not dedicated, ought to get him spayed." Cut the nuts and get his shots upgraded.
Oh god.
Uh, yeah, he's a summertime man. Some of hers, some of mine. Get you some of the time. I thought it was a pretty funny song.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely was funny. I do like the comedy behind it. See, so but yeah, it was pretty funny. Another funny song too. It is also another honorable mention. Probably the whole album would probably be honorable. It was some of their best work, if you ask me. Somebody's getting on my nerves. I thought that was a pretty funny song too. I like how I think it's Salt who was singing the chorus. There, somebody's getting on my. Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought
that
that
was
was
pretty funny.
yeah. If we're going funny songs, no one does it better. I think the beat really got my attention, especially after getting through the first song, and it's just like it just sounds like something you would hear in '93 in terms of like flow and delivery and all that stuff. I like the chorus really took it away from me. To me, can't stay away, gotta have it night and day. Just because no one does it better, no one does it better than I do. No one, just like the chorus in terms of that, and then also in terms, just I like how the song starts out too. Yo, Mr. Don Juan, give me everything I need. I'm ready for the world. Rub me down. Proceed. Treat like the mic rock. Then rock me. Let's do it a while. You hold me in the air. Don't drop me. I thought that was pretty cool. Heavyweight boot knocker. What you wanna do? In the water bed. In the water bedroom. Yeah, just me and you. Yeah, water beds were pretty popular in the '90s. So I don't know if you ever slept on one, but I did once, it was
Yeah,
pretty nice.
I had a cousin who had one, and I always was excited to just be like, she was older. She was probably like 16. I was
Yeah,
like 5. I'm like, can I go in your room? I know she was probably like, oh God. But I love to lay on that water bed. And
yeah.
the somebody's getting on my nerves was pretty funny to me. It was a couple of times where she was comparing the guy to a hooker, saying,
Mhm.
now salt shorty, light skin, sexy, and your man no. I got him screaming like a hooker in the front row. And then she said, "You put the window down, trying to act real slick, and started smiling like a hooker with a bag of tricks." So I'm like, dang, she keeps on comparing the guy to a hooker. But
Yeah.
it was a pretty funny song.
Yeah, yeah, so well, yeah, those were my 3. No One Does It Better, What a Man, and, Shoop. Yeah, honorable mentions, Somebody Get on My Nerves, and, yeah, pretty much the rest of the album, just except for Groove Me. One thing I think we should talk about, though, the I've Got AIDS skit. What were your thoughts on it?
I thought that was very unique. They gave a spot to this We Talk from Boston,
Mhm,
Massachusetts. Um, this skit with the girl telling her man she has HIV, and it's not like it's not an ideal situation.
Mm.
When she tells him, he's, they don't say, "Oh, let's figure this out." He like, I ain't give it to you. I heard you was sleeping with such and such around the corner. It was very realistic, and I don't know how effective these type of campaigns are, but I think that they're good natured for sure.
I think it probably did, get a lot of people's attention, especially in '93, because it's not like, we're in 2024 now. Definitely the science behind HIV has advanced. There's more meds for it now to stay undetected. Back then, it was pretty much a death sentence. Like, and I mean, I hate to say it, but it was, just if you
Yeah.
you contracted the virus, it was just like, how long do I have to live? It really sucked. So, I mean,
Yeah.
but definitely, I think skits like that are still effective even today for the most part.
They were I like how, they're kind of very a theme of the album is like sexual
Hmm.
liberation, but they try to balance it out. I think
Yeah.
that's not even the only time on that album they mention AIDS. I think I counted two other times that
Hmm.
they
Oh yeah.
mentioned it. And then at the end of the sexy noises song, they're like, you got to wear a condom, right? Like they're constantly drawing attention to, even though I'm going to be sexually free, also you have to be responsible and think about the consequences of it. So I think they did a good job with that.
Yeah, I believe they did. So, yeah, they definitely did. So I mean, definitely AIDS awareness, and they did that on their previous album too, I believe. Just let's talk about sex. And actually, speaking of which, let's get into album cuts and expansions. So their last year was their 30th year anniversary, and if I could pull up the track list really quick because it's not on Spotify, so I'm gonna go elsewhere for it. They put out a 30-year anniversary edition for this, so and then they have the song on there, which is "Let's Talk About AIDS," which is a PSA, I believe. So a lot of like remixes, 12-inch mixes. Definitely, it's on Spotify. I'm pretty sure it's on Apple Music as well. Aside from the 13 tracks, there's 13 more tracks. One of them's a soup acapella, a soup instrumental. And a few other songs too. So definitely check it out if you really like the album. I would definitely consider getting it on vinyl in terms of collection purposes. But it was actually a really good album too. I definitely listened to it. Recommendations. So '93, like I said, was a big year for hip hop. So let me honor some of the other female acts in hip hop that year. Queen Latifah's Black Rain came out that year. MC Light, Saint No Other came out that year. And then Spinderella, like I said, she had some rap, she could flow. She was on a song with Big Daddy Kane that was also a radio single that year too, called Very Special, which was a remake of the original Very Special. I can't think of the original artist. You can fact check me on that, people. But it that song appears on the Big Daddy Kane album. Looks like a job for dot dot dot. So I'd recommend that too, as Spinderella is on that song with Big Daddy Kane. All right, so I'm gonna bring this episode to a close now. But before we do, closing thoughts. What songs you taking back to your playlist? Would you recommend? Let's hear it.
I'll take back "Summertime Man." I already have heard "Shoopin' with a Man" like millions of times, but I'll
Mm,
take back "Summertime Man." As far as the album as a whole, I thought it was. And they don't really mention friendship that much throughout the album, but I think it's a lot about friendship. It's a lot about liberation, sexual liberation, and A lot of it, they're talking about just being anti-gossip. Don't
Mm,
listen to everything you hear and repeating everything you hear. And also, Salt said that for uh much, if not all of the album, she's in the booth recording with her first child in her
yeah.
hand. So it's even about motherhood in some ways. So I thought it was a very cool album, really iconic album, and glad I gave it a listen. I would recommend it.
Yeah. I know a few episodes back, I'll just mention it. You know how we talked about Ice-T's original Gangster, and that's one of my favorites on there, Bitches too. You know how he talks about uh some of these
Yeah.
niggas are bitches too. So pretty much I feel on this album, Salt and Pepper saying some of these niggas are hoes also, you know. I mean that's one thing I got from the album. Like men can be hoes too. Like it's not just a woman thing. So I think they did a good job doing that. I would definitely recommend the album. You know, it went 5 times platinum, so you know, it was very powerful. You know, during that time, lot of sales. Aside from What a Man and Shoop, I would definitely take back. Besides, No One Does It Better. Somebody's getting on my nerves. Sexy Noises turn me on. Step just really for the beat, if anything. And then, you know, definitely I'll give Summertime Man another listen. And Break It Down was a good song too. I'd probably take those back. What were your favorite songs off this album? Let us know what you guys think. For Netta, aka Wondrous Net, I'm Justin, Too Tall for You Fool. Thank you for watching or listening. We will see you on the next one. Later.